So hello everyone, nice that you are here at the Linktab channel. Today I'll be interviewing a fantastic professional that I have much admiration actually for. His name is Cleber Visconti, and our topic today is pretty much regarding cybersecurity. But Cleber has a very great baggage and experience in what regards risk management, cybersecurity, compliance, and he's been in the market for more than 25 years. So he's someone that has the knowledge to share with us. So if you want to know a little bit about this new world of cybersecurity, come with us and enjoy this interview. So hello, Cleber. Thank you very much for being here, for participating of this chat with us, this conversation. Great pleasure to have you. And I'm a big fan of your work and who you are, your career, and how you inspire me so much in previous jobs that we had and share some projects together. So today, I would like that you could introduce yourself a little bit, tell us a little bit of your background, and welcome to the Linktab community.
Thank you very much, Marcella. It's my pleasure to be here supporting the Linktab community and this amazing project that you started. I have the same admiration for the work that you do, the person that you are, your ability to create new projects and run for it. So it's my pleasure to be here. And yeah, this is a very important topic today, right? We are talking about cybersecurity, privacy. Recently, we had two major events. One was on a not gas station, it was a gas industry in United States that had a cyber attack and left a significant number of Americans without the supply. So it was a very important issue for the United States, and it happens every day. The cyber war is here, so it's important for us to talk about it. Good. So a little bit about my professional experience. Okay. So we can link tabs now.
Yeah.
And yeah, why cybersecurity? I started. It was a passion for me in the past since I was 16, I think. The beginning of the internet. I'm 42 years old, so the beginning of the internet is a long time ago. and I started with my first computers, trying to hack those computers. For those that know about computers, I was compressing the MS-DOS, which is something like compressing the Windows, the overall Windows, and certainly the machine was crashing because I compressed my operating system. So I started by that. Then I had my first virus. And
you have created a virus?
No. I was taken by a virus called Satan. And I said, I need to understand how it works. And it was my first moment in trying to understand the codes and the security of the code. And I took that as a passion, not as a profession. Then I said, I need to get a job. It will not be my job. So I started industrial chemist because I was passionate about chemist in the past. And I joined the largest industrial chemist in the world, which was called DuPont at that time. And everything was okay. Computer science was a hobby. Chemist was a profession. And then I discovered that chemist was all about following receipts and created in the US. And I said, this is not for me. I don't have patience for that.
And since I know you, just a parenthesis here, but since I know you since 2014, you are a hacker, right? You have those stickers around your computer and things like this. You used to hang around with some people from the company that we used to work together, and hey, let's do whatever it is, and then we get together to hack or whatever, right?
Yeah, yeah. I used to go to the computer hacking conference in US, and I ran a community with other friends in São Paulo, Brazil, one of the largest hacking community. And again, hackers are not cyber criminals, are not criminals, are people that love to learn new things and hack things or break things, but not to crack companies or crack codes. Okay, so just to differentiate that.
Sorry to interrupt. That is very good to highlight that the hackers are not always bad, right? Are criminal people and do bad things to companies and personal things like this. That's a very good point to highlight there. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. No, then I was at DuPont for a long time, and then I said, okay, the computer science and information technology is not about a hobby; it's about a passion, and I want to follow that as my profession because I want to wake up every day and do something that I'm really passionate about. And I decided to move to the information technology area since I was working with data analytics and some other things such as demand planning, marketing. And I said, okay, computer science, let's try to do that. And I was running the business intelligence area for DuPont for a long time internationally, meeting lots of people, different cultures, and it was an amazing experience. And I received an offer to go to Walmart for a completely different job. And as a hacker, we want to learn about everything. So joining Walmart, I was learning. I was in a position of compliance director, and there I was learning about food safety, health and safety, licenses and permits, where we met and had opportunity to work together, and lots of things, ethics and regulatory environment, and
anti-corruption.
Always focusing on risk management and information technology, how to put those things together, how to understand the company risks and use information technology to mitigate or eliminate those risks. The moment that I left Walmart, I had an opportunity to join Baymetrics and to lead and build a GRC, governance, risk, and compliance area, in addition to cybersecurity business unit. So nowadays, this is what I'm doing. I'm leading a company, a technology company, to help business to achieve their compliance or to improve their cybersecurity on using technology. So we help them with the general data protection law, cybersecurity solutions, cybersecurity operations, and so on. So this is what I'm doing today. In addition to that, I give back to the community. My way to give back to the community is to run this DEFCON community in São Paulo and being a professor at the FIAP, the Cyber Defense course, and Oswaldo Cruz, Faculdades Oswaldo Cruz, where I'm teaching demand planning and information technology. So this is what I'm doing today.
And despite the fact that you are also a researcher, right? I have to mention that in the beginning. Sorry about that. Cleber is also a great researcher. If you could tell what university are you linking, and of course, what are your research line?
Yeah, I started at the IPT, Institute of Technology Researches in Brazil, and I was studying computer science or software engineering, right? Started researching on data analytics, and then I migrated to the University of Maryland Global Campus, which is a kind of a cyber defense hub in Maryland for the United States. And this is also a university. So I'm running my master degree there with those folks and researching on cyber defense. So this is what I'm doing right now in terms of research.
Fantastic to know about that. Maybe we can try to figure out a way to study an article or something in the future together about compliance, cybersecurity, and those type of things. It will be a pleasure to hang out and have a quick conversation with you regarding that. Out of the records, this. But great to hear that. And it's so funny because I'm being so interested in that topic of career swap lately. That I see that a lot of people are changing. And if you see HBR publish an article, I believe a year and a half now, in one of their editions, saying that until 2030, we will have 40% or something like this of jobs that we haven't never heard about before, like creating new specialties, new areas of work, and things like this. So for me, that I'm not that old, that seems a little bit scary. Can you imagine for the people that are long enough in the market? And it's great to see that you are always improving what you do, innovating in the areas that you work, and of course your fields of work in knowledge. But tell me, how 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 it was this changing for you? You talk a little bit when you started at DuPont as a chemistry professional thing, and then you kind of mentioned already a little bit how you was going to Walmart and then Baymetrics, and but how was this for you? You know, what came to your mind to make up that decision of, hey, no, chemistry, okay, yeah, nothing to do with me, marketing, business, projects, compliance, cybersecurity, governance, risk management. So, how it was the whole cycle of this career swap for you?
Yeah, I think good question. And I my when I on a class with my students, I always have these kind of questions about career swap or career plans. And I think the two things here. One is I'm always trying to follow my passions or thing that motivates me or inspires me. And the second thing is I'm always trying to develop new skills. So the two things. I can develop new skills, but I want to be passionate about what I'm doing. What When I was at DuPont with chemists, I felt that I was not being challenged. I felt that I was not creating something new or learning something new. As I mentioned, I was supposed to follow the receipt, and that was not interesting for me. And the computer science was something that was very interest that I was very interested. When I arrived at home or even on the weekends, I was trying to hack into computers and learn new things. So I said, I need to do that. I want to wake up every morning to do something like that. And I followed that. So I was talking to people. I was contacting the CIO and the HR and say, hey, okay, I'm good enough here, but I want to develop new opportunities in the information technology area. So this was the first career swap. And then we had the second one for when I joined Walmart. I remember I was okay internationally at DuPont, implementing business intelligence, managing information technology, and learning something new with Six Sigma and Lean transformation. I was always learning at DuPont. But the headhunter at Walmart just called me and said, hey, I want to establish a long-term relation with you, so I will try to bring you to Walmart. I said, okay, good. So information technology is the first option, right? She said, okay. And then days later, she called me and said, hey, found the perfect position for you, compliance. Mm-hmm. I said, compliance is about finance. Did you call the same person? I'm Cleber Visconti. It's not. Yeah, it was not the right person. And she said, I want someone that can lead people, improve processes, and implement technology, and this is for you. And I accepted that challenge. I said, okay, good. So it's about information technology that I really love to do, and all the new things that I could learn about risk management, the regulatory environment, and it was amazing. It was an amazing experience, learning new things, managing a huge team of motivated and top talents at Walmart, and again, another career swap. I was not talking about implementing technology anymore. I was talking about managing risks and mitigating these risks using technology and all that people that we had in Walmart. And then the third shift was this whole thing about running a company, a startup, or developing a new business, learning how to define a product, design a product, position the product, and sell the product in the market. And this is what I'm doing today. So it's a whole new thing. It's not only about cyber, it's about how we establish good partnerships in the market with law offices, with tech companies, how we develop our products, position, and implement to our customers. Whole new thing, new experience, different contact in the market. So I think it's all possible. But one thing that I didn't mention throughout this whole process was that I never stopped learning. Never. I never left the universities. Digitally or on remote assignment or in person, I was always trying to learn to support me during these transitions.
Yeah, and I believe that this multidisciplinary knowledge, skills that you try to find, hard skills, soft skills, they are so important to build a professional today, right? To build a, okay, we are specialists in a certain topic. You would need to develop other skills, right? For if you want, of course, to achieve greater challenges, great positions, and things like this, right? But it's very interesting. I believe we have so many topics here that we could deep dive in, as for example, you as a leadership position. I remember so much how much I have learned from you in what regards motivating people. You know, we know that directly they cannot be motivated at all, but do you know, raising what is the passion inside that person? And hey, now you have a brand new project for you. Go take care and success on you. You know, you choose the right person to the right project and right things, and this is what's awesome. And but not the focus right now. So I'm very interested, since our topic today is cybersecurity. I will deep dive a little bit in what you're doing right now, okay, in this risk management and cyber area. How do you think that this market is so relevant these days? Um, what are your thoughts? What have made you decide and say, here, I will invest in a company, Gino, to have my own portfolio and to get specialized and offer those type of service to clients and to other companies and things like this. What do you think about the cyber market right now?
Yeah, when I just left Walmart, I was certain that cyber and GRC were amazing markets to explore. I didn't have any research or paper or foundation to affirm that, but I had a feeling. You know, the cybersecurity market is about $153 billion in 2019, and it had a significant growth for this year. I think this is achieving about $165 billion according to Fortune Business Insights. It's huge. It's amazing. The size of this market, the size of this market, the number of opportunities, and the number of issues that we need to solve worldwide. It also has a huge gap of professionals or specialists, people to work with all the solutions that are being created. So I think this market can be explored in two perspectives. If we are investors or if we are companies that trying to earn from this market, we can develop new products or even implement the existing products in the companies. There is a huge space for that, from pen testing, security operations, and endpoint protection, network security. There are lots of technologies that we can implement in companies. But to implement all this technology, we need people. We need professionals. We need trained professionals or specialists to make sure that it can happen. So, and there is a huge gap. Just in United States, I don't know the numbers in Brazil or even globally, we have a kind of estimate. But in United States, more than 464,000 jobs open that are not being fulfilled. And so it's an incredible market for new professionals. And it's an incredible market for companies that are focusing on GRC and cybersecurity. And I talk about both because all the regulations that are coming on in terms of privacy, in terms of data, protection require that these companies implement technologies, implement people, process policies. So there's a green field. On the other hand, that nowadays we have a significant number of vendors, technologies, and etc. But this is not enough, because as the technology is evolving, the attacks are becoming more sophisticated. All the artificial intelligence being applied, all the Internet of Things coming on. So it's a huge challenge. So I think it is a very attractive market for investors, for professionals, and a significant growth for the future. So that's why I decided to come to this market. And again, you mentioned something on the previous question. For my position at this moment, it's not about being technician or exploring details of the solutions. It's about connecting people and putting an objective and helping them to follow this objective with us. Okay, so this is what I'm trying to do. This is my mission right now. It's to connect the right people and position products and accomplish the company's objectives.
And it looks like so simple and so so obvious, doesn't it? Like have the correct people in the correct position, doing what they're best, what they're passionate on. But it's so hard for people to find it out, or to, oh, I need that payment in my account every month. I would not take. I'm not risk myself and get into a job that I will receive half of it, and things like this. I have kids to great, and other complications that we have, right? And this Internet of Things and this e-commerce, and everything going into digital work, and like this industry 4.0 and things like this is opening actually a lot of new positions, a lot of new jobs, right, in companies, in not only cybersecurity thing, but in all pretty much areas. For example, as a compliance officer, I right now have to create some parameters to have a continuous audit in our ERP system. So what are the type of data that can be considered a corruption transaction, a corrupt transaction, or a money laundering transaction, and to the IT guy set up on the system, and okay, mitigated, red flag, I will check it out, but and kind of automatize our work, right? Because we are, everyone is very full of work, and the company that has those initiatives to invest, wow, it's fantastic. But I'm going out here, I'm coming back.
No, but again, you're talking about systems that are getting better. You're talking about risks that you're mitigating, and this is all evolving. In a few years, we'll have blockchain to solve lots of those issues. But blockchain will also raise some other issues or some other cybersecurity issues that we need to work on. So this is what, or you can use, for example, artificial intelligence to find those frauds or to raise a flag and etc. But someone will hack into this artificial intelligence. So that's why we need to find the right balance, train the people, and etc.
Yeah, and it's funny because, for example, also corruption acts and ways of doing corruption, of course, it's also innovation process in how can I do a corruption and break the process and procedures that we already have internally in our ERP and things like this. So we need to constantly be creating and reviewing our parameters, our system, and as you mentioned, our data intelligence, right? Data mining, what? This is a brand new world for me that I have been, great. Now you had to deal with that. And I was like, I'm not that old, but I have not really much past experience in that thing. So it's crazy, but it's great knowledge that are upcoming, because if we do not embrace that, well, someone will, and this is the future, right? This is data is the future. And
again, sorry, I was talking to a person just yesterday. It is about a company of fraud prevention, and they are looking for ways to put automation in these fraud detection systems. And the persons in this company are joining their master degrees on data analytics, so they can, they are going back to school to learn a new discipline to improve what they know, how to do for years. But now it's all changing. So they need new skills. They need new information, right?
Yeah,
That's
because
it. Exactly
it
what you
evolves,
mentioned.
right? Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So, we are used with a type of thing, and now we need to reorganize and do it again. And that will be continued. This is a never stop. How can I say that? But bringing this to the practical world, since we are talking about the few cases in multinational companies, and we hear a lot that that companies suffer cyber attack. Oh, I would say the name because it's public, but Facebook has a big, humongous data leak, personal data leak, and what are the implications actually for a company and also for an individual itself? Do you know, like an entity, and of course me as a human being, as a citizenship of São Paulo, Brazil. What are the implications? What are the risks involving? What do you know? Could you elaborate a little bit on that?
Yeah, this is interesting. We are living the age of all these data and social media. So all of our personal information is distributed through LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, everything, everywhere. If you publish your resume, you deliver your data to someone else. If you go to e-commerce, you're delivering or sharing your data with that e-commerce. So our data and information is everywhere. So when we have data lakes for the person itself, we usually have the exposure of personal data. So if I'm okay with that, many people in several researches, the people are not very concerned about their privacy. They are already publishing their photos, their pets, and etc. in the internet. So it's okay. It's about their privacy, and they know the terms. They are okay with that. Some of the people are also okay with these companies tracking their data to bring them better ads. But the problem that we see is that when we have data leaks, the impact for the persons are mostly related to frauds on banking systems. So they take your information and use to access your bank account or to access your credit card or to use a fake ID to register new cars, new documents, to open bank accounts, and to buy on several of the e-commerce sites that we have in Brazil. What else? To talk to your friends. Last week, I had a friend of mine asking me for a transfer. She was cloned. She answered a link on WhatsApp. The WhatsApp was cloned, and she was asking me for 3,000 reais on a bank transfer. And we were able to track the criminal. It was very interesting. He was in Itaia in São Paulo, near the beach.
Really?
So yeah. And but also we can have our machine with ransomware. They can encrypt our machine or PC, and we cannot access our data. Or they can use our data, our personal data or sensitive data, to publish it in internet. For example, with exposing your privacy, such as they do with women's, for example, or child's in the school. So they can expose very sensitive information and photos and etc. So this is very damaging for people. But we just believe that can happen when it happened to someone near us or with us, right? So this is the impact for the individual. In addition to that impact, once you expose a lot of your data, your email, your password, or something like that, someone can hack into your account or can use your account, get more information about you, and hit your company. He can, with your email, ID, password, company name, your LinkedIn information, the criminal can reach your company and find a way in the company to get the data that he needs. This is called advanced persistent threat, where someone is trying to hack into your company and they try to identify someone that they can where they can start the attack. When we talk about the companies, this is all about the three major risks: the operational risk, financial risk, reputational risk. If we have a data leakage on our companies, we can, uh, have a huge fine or a penalty from the regulatory environments that operate in that country. But we also can have loss of customers, damage to your image. You can go to national TV and they will be talking about the data leakage, and or cases that we see, as I mentioned, about this gas industry in the United States, where the operation was completely shut down. And it happens a lot. As I work for this technology company, protecting customers, I see what's happening in the market. It's amazing. The attacks are everywhere. I have customers that suffers more than 3,000 attacks per month.
Wow.
It is a lot. It's every day, every night we have something new. So these are the kind of impacts that we have. So for the person exposing data and using that data for financial benefits, or using that data to attack a specific company, and for the company, many other types of impacts.
Wow. Really bad, but fortunately is the reality, and we need to learn and how to deal. And if we don't learn, just contract who knows how to do it, right? And do it for us so we can be safe, of course. But from a company point of view, I think you already gave some tips, of course, from the individual itself. But what do you think that individuals and companies could be doing, could be taking action into, in a way to mitigate those type of attacks and those type of, data leakage and things like this?
Yeah, good question. For just on a highlight for the companies, we have tech for companies such as industries, banks, and etc. We have tech companies specialized that can always help them with their security operations center, endpoint protection, and all kinds of technologies that can help the companies to be safe, or at least protect it better, right? But for the individuals, they are the most fragile piece of this environment. The attacks starts by the employees receiving an email, a message, a notification. So for the people, I say we want to be careful with our privacy. So take care of that. Just publish enough information about you, professional information, or even when you publish personal information on Facebook, Instagram, etc., make sure you have control of who is in your list. Make sure that you use the privacy settings for that particular application. Check if your profile is not public. Make sure your list of friends is someone that have all the people that you really know or at least heard about, but not accepting people that you never met before. So this is one thing. I think we can continue to publish our personal information, but making sure we have the right people on our list. And then using the tools and the techniques that are available, and we always talk about on YouTube channels and so on. For example, I mentioned about the social media. Configure your privacy in social media. Use multiple factor authentication. You know that when you log into something, you log in on Instagram, you have your username, your password, and something else. Could be SMS message, a WhatsApp message, a code, an authentication code, token, something else to make it difficult for the attacker. Something that you have with you, your phone, or a token that you can receive an additional code. What else? Passwords. 12345 6 is the standard password. Love, your birthday. Yeah, this is not, it's too easy to, or the day that you met your wife or something like that. This is a very common password. So make it strong, make it something that other people cannot try to solve it. Use different password for different sites. Use, I don't know, if you use a Mac computer or even Windows computer, it has a keychain, it has a key vault. Mac OS has a keychain, Windows has a key vault. You can store your passwords and protect it using technology. What else? Never open email. Never open email from people that you don't know. Never open links from people that you don't know. Even from the people that you know, use the mouse over feature to check if it's going to the right location. Sometimes the bank here is called Bradesco. It could be directing you to bradesca.com.br, and it's a completely new site. Looks like Bradesco, but it's not. So don't click every link someone sent you. You don't need to do that. Double check it before you do. And again, when we do phishing simulations, phishing is when someone send you an email with a link and say, hey, you earned something, or I'm from your bank, click here. We do that. We test that a lot. And the phishing simulations are very very sophisticated. It looks like your bank, look like that amazing store that you love to shop online. So make sure that you take care of that, right? And then the last one is use the tools you have in your computer, antivirus, firewalls, the small things that you have installed on your Windows and Mac applications that can make your life safer on internet. So these are very high level protection techniques that a person can use. Okay, is that clear for you? Do you use something like this?
Yes, I do. I do also use the authenticator factor, in every account that I have and everything. But I was so afraid to utilize that how's that name again? The key account of Mac, to keychain of Mac, because they normally suggest a password for us to a platform or whatever, right? Social media, whatever we are making our entries register over there. And I was always so afraid of utilizing it because, hey, if I forget, or if my computer broke down, is this saved into the cloud, or can any hacker access that easier than, I was so afraid. But now that you said it's secure, I can utilize it. That suggestions, right?
Yeah, but wait, yes, it is safe, at least a very good option. I don't know if it is totally safe, but nothing is totally safe.
Yeah.
But it is better, way better than Post-it, way better than your notepad, and or even standard passwords such as love123 everywhere. So when we have a data leak in LinkedIn and love123 is your password, you know how to log in Facebook, Instagram, whatever, Gmail, because it's the same password or same standard. So yeah, keychain, key vault, key pass. There are other solutions that can help you with your passwords.
Fantastic. Great to hear that, because even though I try to create a password for different applications, different sites, websites of purchasing things, and I try to create a different password. However, I put them in the same place, like a note or a notebook or somewhere. And then what am I doing, right? Is this not this smart choice at all, right? Because there are so many things that we have password. We have like 3 bank accounts and different passwords for all of them. So it's crazy to manage all those passwords. So great tip over there. Good thing to know.
Yeah. For a quick tip, on credit cards, when you receive your brand new beautiful credit card, make sure that you take that secured code I think it's secure code.
Yeah.
Make sure that you take that on a keypad or a key vault and scratch it from the card. Scratch it. Don't leave it there.
So you can leave everywhere, and people wouldn't do anything with it.
Yeah, this is just something simple, but can help a lot.
Sure, yeah. Great tip there too. And you said that the market, there are so many positions open in that area. But for the investors, for example, for people that, where I want to put my money on, should I start a brand new career or should I start a brand new business in that area? Do we still have a place for that, like market share for that? How is the market not only focused in Brazil, because I believe Brazil is very on the beginning phase of it, there is not mature enough as, for example, of course, United States and other countries. But what do you think about how's the market right now in regards to business, to new companies and new solutions, or even already implement what we already have there in the market?
I think two important data from again Fortune Business Insights. The market growth or the size of this market by 2028 would be around $366 billion. It's a huge number for that. So this is the market size according to this source. So it is an important market, something that will really have a significant growth. And another thing is the gap in the cybersecurity workforce. According to ISC2, which is a kind of certification organization globally, we have now 3.1 million jobs open worldwide. 3.1 million positions to fulfill. If you go to LinkedIn, you will see lots of positions open in cybersecurity and privacy, data privacy, the DPO, data protection officer. So we have a gap in the workforce, and we have a significant growth going forward. So, and when we look at Gartner's trends, the Gartner, the very well-known organization that usually publishes best practices, researches, and reports, and etc. They mentioned that the second most important concern in terms of risks in the companies are cybersecurity. The first one is the risks related to regulatory environments, right? All about compliance, all about being compliant with the laws and regulations applied to your country and globally if you're an international company. And the second risk is the cybersecurity. So it's something that we should really address, invest. And again, just something interesting that I saw, I think 3 to 4 or 5 years ago when I was in Vegas at DEF CON, the largest hacking conference. I saw NSA, the National Security Agency in United States, with 7 servers, 7 huge machines in the stage. And the people from the conference was supposed to attack those machines. They were trying to hack into those machines as a competition. And the curious thing was that 5 years ago, those machines were already working with artificial intelligence to counterattack the attackers and to protect themselves. And one machine was protecting each other using artificial intelligence. So they were very advanced. The hackers were not able to, hackers again, the researchers, the good people that were working on the codes and trying to explore the vulnerabilities of those machines were not able to defeat all the machines. They were able to defeat 3, but not 5. So the technology is evolving. So when you talk about investors or investing in this area, there is a lot of things. There are a lot of things to do. For example, artificial intelligence in cybersecurity, Internet of Things, data analytics, risk management, all working on a global perspective, and threat intelligence. So I don't know if you have a notion or information about it, but the deep web is pretty deep. There's a lot of amazing, interesting, ugly things that happens in this deep web. People generating credit card with people with all of our information on hand. So we must be able, the investors or people or incoming companies must be able to monitor this deep web that is not indexed by Google to see what's going on under the hood and understand how we can be prepared to the risks that are being raised from this area. So there are lots of things to do in this market.
Amazing, amazing. It's a blue ocean, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
so many opportunities, so many things to learn, and so much details of it. And of course, as you said, evolving each year, every time, every day. And for us too, unfortunately, I will not make that long, but I wish I could. But tell me, if you would have a piece of advice to, do you know, to people that might find interesting in this area but does not have the knowledge, or maybe investors that want also do not have the knowledge and do you know want to hear more about and where I can put my money in, and curious people around it, what would it be? Cybersecurity area itself.
For the professionals or individuals, I would say research about it. You will have lots of sources of information, such in YouTube or Google, Udemy. You will be able to find courses. You will be able to find people talking about it. So research about something that you really like. So if you already work on information technology, you know about networks, you know about servers. It is easy to migrate to cybersecurity. If you don't work on it, maybe you can learn about governance, you can learn about risk management and other disciplines that are around this market. So we also, for the professionals that want to learn about cyber, there are lots of kind of games or gamification platforms where you can learn and play at the same time, such as try hackme.com and hackthebox.eu. So, and even HackerSec in Brazil, HackerFlag in Brazil. So we have learning platforms where you can play while you're learning. And for the companies or the investors, I would say approach the hubs, approach the technology hubs, or approach the universities such as FIAP in Brazil and Sao Paulo, which has lots of projects such as the Startup One program, where the students want to build their solutions, want to solve the cybersecurity or privacy problems, and certainly they will find very interesting opportunities to
Yeah.
invest or to develop new projects.
Yeah, thanks for that. I will try to share in the comments the links to that gamification platform because I thought that was very interesting and I'm curious to get to know that. And do you know what you mentioned here in Brazil, those innovation hubs and startup one from FIAP? These are great. I know that I have friends that are desperate to know that information because they know the investments here in Brazil are not that good, not that attractive right now. So innovating, investing in new things, in new solutions, in new startups that are coming to be the new unicorn, and is something that I believe it's great to think of and consider that option as an investment too, right?
Yeah, certainly. Perfect. And then we have amazing people in these hubs in these universities. I found I'm used to mentor these groups twice or three times a week, and I thought by the beginning that I would just find that those simple ideas just to pass the exam.
Uh-huh.
But no, they are bringing real ideas, real problems to solve, and we have amazing people in Brazil, very creative, and we just need to push them forward.
Good to know. Very good to know. But really, it's I'm so interested, and this was so motivating for myself. I mean, to get in deeper in that cyber world, you know, and I'm so curious about it. Thank you very much for the opportunity of sharing your knowledge, your experience, and fantastic pieces of advice for curious, for students, for people that want to do that swap career, or people that want to research more about the topics and things like this. So thank you very much, and I'll give your final words if you have anything else to comment, to say, or to motivate more the people that are watching this interview, this fantastic interview.
No, thank you, Marcela. Again, it's my pleasure. I really appreciate that, and I'm supporting this project. The Linktab is an amazing idea. You will connect a lot of good people, and for the people that are watching, if you have something that you want to know more, leave your comments there. Marcela will try to find a way for us to get together again and talk about these topics. Thank you again. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Cleber. Fantastic, fantastic. Great member of our community, Linktab. So if you joined this video, and please subscribe to our channel, thumbs up, and see you in the next one. Ciao, ciao.
Bye.